Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. And once again we appreciate all of the questions, and it's very intriguing that we have multiple people asking the same question, so I know that you're on the same wavelength. I'd encourage you to go to my Facebook page, the Drugless Doctor, Dr. Bob, and look at some of the pictures that we've been posting. Last week I created 8 salads on one Sunday afternoon because it saves time, and I just reposted the salad 4 days later and how luscious it looks. It's all about saving time. And then send us an email and make a comment. But last week I told you I was going to have a trick question for you today. Is it healthier to ride a golf cart or pull your golf clubs along the fairway? Let me tell you this. When you walk on a fairway, especially in the dewy morning, the herbicides and pesticides that have been used on that golf course, you're breathing in those vapors. Now over time it's not going to, or once in a while it's not going to make a difference, but I've had individuals in my life who we've been able to do assessments with our biocommunication tool called the Zyto tool, biosurveys, and I always see increased amounts of estrogen in men who walk the fairway. So it's definitely healthier for you as far as preventing breast cancer and prostate cancer. Yes, men can get breast cancer too, by the way, and other forms of cancer just by riding the cart, because you don't want to be having your feet touch all that herbicide and pesticide. I know it sounds far-fetched. I would walk on pavement or walk with some good sneakers somewhere that does not have herbicides and pesticides. And I think you're going to hear more about that in the future. So we have several questions today. I'm a 56-year-old female suffering with kidney stones, and I need your advice how to get rid of them. Well, I want you to know in our practice, we personally encourage water consumption, obviously. You want to avoid all soda. Now here's something to think about. Individuals should have their blood chemistries tested. What I have found is you should have a 10:4 ratio of calcium to phosphorus. If you have too much calcium in your body, you're going to have deposits in your kidneys, cataracts, and arthritis. So we actually use a product called superphosphozyme, 30 drops a day. If you do in fact have kidney stones, a wedge of a lemon, a fourth of a lemon, in 4 to 6 ounces of water, drink the water, eat the lemon, do that every 15 minutes until the kidney stone pain goes away. But superphosphozyme will help immensely. 30 drops in 4 to 6 ounces of water once a day. Next question was somebody's asking me about the movie Forks Over Knives, and did I watch it and what do I think about it? Well, it's about a plant-based diet, and I'm just going to talk to you from my heart right now. You know, there's so much controversy. Should we or should we not be vegetarians? I am not a vegetarian. I eat chicken, I eat lamb, I eat turkey, and I eat beef infrequently. All organic. That's an important point. Not grass-fed, not natural, organic grass-fed. Big difference, because all natural doesn't really mean anything. And grass-fed doesn't necessarily mean that it's organic. I know from my experience that if I eat animal tissue that's toxic, I'll wake up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning with a warmth in my body because my body's dumping the toxins. What happens oftentimes with people who are plant eaters only, now I don't need any hate email from this, by the way, but commonly I find the typical American plant eater or vegetarian also has a passion addiction for cookies and pastries. So yes, you could be healthy as a person that's a plant eater, but you want to make sure you're eating the right beans and legumes and greens. But I want you to also know phytic acid, which is found in certain greens and in legumes and beans, can take calcium out of your body. So you have to be an astute eater. You have to mix the grains, you have to soak them, you have to cook them. I would not eat everything raw. Now that's just my opinion, and oftentimes I see individuals who are plant eaters may have a deficiency in B12, iron, and in protein. If you're going to consume meat, it should always be organic. Dr. Bob, my husband and I have a holistic doctor who is fabulous. We take vitamin D, we've had it tested, we take supplements. including progesterone, T3, and iodine is tested, but I'm still having problems with breast cysts. This is what I would suggest that you do. First, how is your liver doing? Liver enzymes are really important. Do you have tender breast? Now, we use a product called calcium D-glucarate that helps minimize estrogen in your body. So that makes sure that your liver is processing at 100%. But there is something called the urine iodine loading test. You can contact our office. It's a test where you urinate in a container. That's your pre-test. You take 50 milligrams of iodine, and for the next 24 hours, you catch your urine. And at the end of that time, you shake the container up and you send a post-analysis to the lab, and they're going to tell us how much iodine you've excreted. You should have excreted at least 95%. I commonly see people excreting about 62%. That means they've held on to about 35%, which means their body is starving for iodine. Your body uses iodine for your thyroid glands, your breasts, your ovaries, and your testicles. Iodine is antagonized by bromine, fluorine, and chlorine. So if you're swimming in a pool, or you have a hot tub, or you do not have a shower dechlorinator, you may not be getting enough iodine. And not to be silly, larger breasted women need more iodine than women who have smaller breasts. Dr. Bob, there are questions about coconut oil reversing Alzheimer's. There have been mixed controversy about the pros and cons of using coconut oil, mainly the high content of saturated fat. Let me talk to you for a moment, okay? I use 2 tablespoons of coconut oil every day. Plant oils are not going to raise your cholesterol. I'm not sure where all that came into being. I have found that cholesterol is commonly elevated by cholesterol levels are commonly elevated by stress, which alters normal physiology in your body, trans fat or the low-fat diet, and sugar. Sugar and trans fat sabotage your body's ability to make a prostaglandin called prostaglandin number 3. I would encourage you to get Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Balancing Female Hormones or Dr. Bob's Men's Health, the Basics, because in there we go into great detail about cholesterol, sugar, trans fat. Yogurt has a lot of sugar in it. Ice cream has a lot of sugar in it. You're going to go a long, healthy way by using coconut oil. I'm telling you, it'll make a huge difference in your life. Dr. Bob, I have an 8-year-old son who gets cold sores in his mouth constantly. I'm wondering, what can we do to treat this? First, I would have your child get off of wheat and gluten type of products. Just throwing that out there to you could be an issue. We use a product in our practice called Agricept L. I personally take 10 drops every day. Now, there's cold sores on your lips and canker sores in your mouth, and a lot of times we might see a yeast issue. So I just want you to be aware of that. The Agricept L would help that. I'd get off of all yeast products. Oftentimes, kids might need some zinc because they're going through growing. You know, so what is your child eating? But Agricept L has been great for us. And also possibly supplement with calcium citrate or lactate that keeps the viruses out of the body. Have your child's thyroid tested. He may have growing pains, which is a sign to me that he needs extra calcium and a low thyroid gland. Now, the next time we're going to talk about back to school. It's already back to school time, and backpacks, and maybe a little bit details about the backpacks. Once again, thank you for joining us. Go to the website, druglessdoctor.com. Please pass this information on. It really is a matter of life and death, and we have been seeing more people from across the United States. They come and visit us at our office. They spend 4 days. You can fly into Cleveland, Ohio. We'll make a huge difference. Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.